All right, happy First Contact Day. We are live with a very special Star Trek Adventures session that I'm running with a bunch of my pals. This is going to be a Klingon-centric session. I'm running the scenario The Tip of the Batleth, which is now available from Modiphius in the free Klingon Quick Start rules, which you can download on the Modiphius website and on Drive-Thru RPG. So you guys are all playing Klingons, sort of a Klingon Special Operations unit during the Dominion War, so during the Deep Space Nine era of the Star Trek universe. And so I'm going to start out by reading you guys a quick mission briefing, and then I'll have you introduce your characters. So this mission briefing is from the Klingon High Command, and it is classified top secret. The war does not go well for the Empire, but we have developed a plan that could reverse our fortunes against the Dominion. A cloaked fleet stands an excellent chance of routing the Dominion forces in the Tylanus sector. From there, we could stage raids on several critical Ketracel White facilities in adjacent sectors. However, the Dominion has erected a tachyon grid in the sector capable of detecting our cloaked ships. Luckily, our allies in Starfleet intelligence believe they found a vulnerability in this detection grid. Shutting down the tachyon emitter on a remote and icy moon orbiting Tylanus 7 would create a gap for our fleet to pass through undetected. Your squad will travel covertly to the moon outpost in modified photon torpedoes. From there, you must find a way to infiltrate the Dominion outpost and shut down the tachyon emitter. The torpedo tubes are too small to allow for high-yield explosives or any other gear beyond your standard equipment, so you'll have to devise your own method of disabling the emitter. You'll also have to find a way off the moon, because sending a bird of prey to pick you up would undoubtedly tip the Dominion off that we intend to attack the sector. This is a dangerous mission, but your success will earn you great glory and potentially turn the tide of war in our favor. Kapla! So basically, your objective here is to infiltrate a Dominion outpost and disable a tachyon emitter. So there are just 4 of you on this Special Operations Infiltration Unit, and I will have each of you introduce yourselves and your characters. And starting out, the first square next to mine is Adam.
All right, I will be playing Lieutenant Carvara, daughter of Hearth. Let's see here. Y'all know me as the kind of the area's like resident demolitions, like not just expert but enthusiast would be a better like taking it to almost an art form. And so Lieutenant Carvara is just going to, she's very well known as dependable and almost a genius like work with things like engineering. So you won't probably be seeing me a whole lot. I'll be stuck down in the engine somewhere.
All right, next is Rachel.
I am Beck Laurel, and I am daughter of none. I grew up in an orphanage and joined the Klingon Defense Force as a child as a way to get away from the harsh realities of the home world. And I am not so good with the science and the engineering, but I have a lot of fitness and control and discipline. So a little more crafty, I guess, but not so intellectual.
Practical.
Next up is Cal.
I am Lieutenant Dreg, son of Voraken, the House of Kor, and I grew up as a member of a highly influential family. It's my goal, my mission, my destiny is to be on High Council. I have some contacts within Starfleet because earlier on in the war, I carried intelligence across enemy lines and saved a bunch of Starfleet personnel. So I've got that on me and made some contacts in the process.
All right, very good, Lieutenant Dreg. And last but not least is Carmen.
I'm Carmen, and I'm playing Sergeant Krovek, son of Groloth of the House Grilka. And I was raised on a Klingon enclave that was overseeing a conquered world, is the nice way to put it. And I'm essentially, it looks like a tank, fierce warrior in some of the bloodiest planetary battles of the Dominion War. So I'm the muscle. I bring the bloodlust, the glory, and I might recite some Klingon opera during the war.
Right on. Yeah, so you guys are a Klingon Special Operations Unit. And so this is a highly dangerous mission, highly uncertain mission with high stakes. You guys are almost like the Klingon A-team in many ways. And so you can't expect a lot of support or backup. In fact, you can't expect any in this scenario. But
when are we again? Is it like just middle of the? Are we? I guess are we friends with the Federation or not at this point?
Yes. So the brief Klingon War has ended, and the Khitomer Accords have been restored. So the Federation and the Klingons are allies once again. But the war, the tide of the war is still very much against the Klingons and the Federation. And so this mission, you think, is a chance to maybe turn the tide of the momentum and provide the Klingons a foothold next to some very strategically important Dominion-controlled sectors. So there's a lot at stake on this mission. So a bird of prey launched each of your torpedoes into Dominion-controlled space 8 hours ago. It's been a smooth ride, but the cramped accommodations have tested your patience and caused some muscle cramps. Your torpedoes begin to buck as they rocket into the atmosphere of the Tylanus 7 moon. Alarms sound as the exterior temperatures spike dangerously. You notice your torpedo guidance mechanisms need to be recalibrated or you'll miss the intended landing zone. So you guys are all riding in your own personal torpedoes, which are basically just like coffins. I mean, you're just like laying prone with very little room to move. And you notice that all of your guidance systems need to be recalibrated. So this is our first task of the evening. And so I need each of you to give me a control plus con roll with a difficulty of 2. So each of you will add your control plus your con on your character sheet and get that sum, and then roll 2 d20s. And if each of those d20s is equal to or less than your target number, you will have succeeded.
Can I use my focus of composure and warp field dynamics as well, but mostly composure to be able to use for this task?
Yes, I think so. And so Adam brings up a cool mechanic called focuses, which are listed on your character sheet. If you think your focus applies in a particular situation for a particular task, call that out to me and let me know, and that will basically increase your critical range. So if you roll a natural 1 on your die, that counts as 2 successes rather than 1. When your focus applies to the roll, your critical success range goes from anything equal to or less than your focus.
I had one success.
Excellent. Well done, Adam.
And the other one was a failure. So,
Oh,
but I stayed really, really calm the whole time. I'm still calm. Like the whole thing's falling apart. I'm still very calm. Everything's fine.
So did anyone get 2 successes on their roll?
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
1.
Okay. So
Apparently beating it with the dagger doesn't work.
yes, Krovek is not all that technically minded. He's more the muscle of this mission, and he's just sort of pounding his fists inside his coffin-like torpedo. As Cal, Dreg, you are able to successfully recalibrate the guidance mechanism on your torpedo, and your torpedo safely skids to a landing in close to the rendezvous point that you guys had all agreed upon. And your torpedo opens, and you realize you are surrounded by this frozen wasteland of a moon. The rest of you, Laral and Carvara and Krovek, you guys are not able to recalibrate your guidance systems, and so you land further away from the landing zone than you would like. Adam actually rolled a natural 20 on one of his dice, and when you do that, that's bad. That causes a complication, which makes things even worse for.
Can
for
my
Carvara.
Complication be an explosion?
So
It totally is an explosion.
Yeah, yes. I still win.
Rachel,
Can I like jump out and like have the torpedo just like hit like you know, and just explode like I forgot to take the explosive out of the.
Yeah, it's a torpedo after all, and it kind of skids and sidewinds down like a frozen icy hillside, and you realize that this thing is gonna blow. So, Carvara, give me a fitness plus, or you can use
How about a
daring. If you
daring?
want to. Yeah, daring plus security roll. This will be also difficulty 2.
I am loving Carvera so far. Lieutenant Carvera, daughter of Hearth, is so much for Commander Thrillin. His days are numbered. This is the real deal. All right, hey, here we go. That is 1 success, I think. You said daring plus security.
Yes.
Oh, just barely not. But that is no. Okay, so just 1 success.
Just 1. Okay, so you scramble out of your torpedo tube just as it explodes. You dive away.
And I am tough. I am tough, like as a talent, if that matters at all. I get to reduce injury or avoid injury or something by 1.
Yes. You only take 1 point of stress damage, actually. So it's no injury is sustained. You just lose a little stress as you dive from your torpedo.
How does that stress track work, by the way, before we get, because
Yes.
Yeah,
So during a scene,
that.
so you got a number of stress that should be equal to your fitness plus security. So when you look at your, I know the character sheets aren't super clear. The blank little triangles should be the number of stress that you have.
the colors don't matter.
The colors
They haven't changed the rules or anything.
No.
Okay.
The colors are like blanked out. Don't worry about the colored ones, just the blank stress spots. And so when you take a number of stress in a single incident, if someone say not that this could happen, but let's say a bad guy shoots a disruptor at you. If you take 5 or more points of stress damage in a single attack, you will take an injury, which is bad. If your stress track gets reduced to 0, you take an injury, which is bad. As long as you've got some stress, you're not injured. We'll deal with an injury when it comes up. But back to Krovek and the Raw. You guys, just like Carvara, your torpedoes kind of fly far afield of where you wanted to be. You're not very close to the appointed rendezvous point. But and you're all separate. You get out of your torpedo and you realize you are alone on this frozen, desolate moon. And so you're going to have to find your way back to the rendezvous point where your comrade Dreg is waiting for you.
Are the 3 of us together, or is it 2, 1, and 1?
You are all alone, each one of you.
Oh,
All
each
alone.
of us. Oh,
Yes.
oh my, that is a no. Splitting the party so soon.
So we'll start with
So,
Laurel, Rachel.
Okay.
Laurel realizes she is not at the landing zone that she wanted to be, and she emerges
So-
from her torpedo. What does she do? What does she think?
I'm going to use my sound reasoning skills and astro navigation to read the stars and figure out which direction I need to start walking.
Awesome. So yeah, Laurel looks up at the heavens, and you can see that you're on a moon, so you can always see like the main planet that you're orbiting, and you can see some of the constellations, and you pick out some of them, and you hope, even though this is a moon you've never been to before, you hope you recognize some of the constellations to orient yourself. So give me a reason plus science roll, and this will be difficulty 1.
Okay. So 12 is my target. So I just do 120.
You're going to roll 2
Or
d20s,
two.
and you only need 1 success.
Oh, okay. And I got a 12. So there's a success, right?
Yep, that's.
that-
Did you roll? And did you roll? You roll 2 d20s. If you get more
there-
than 1 success,
Yeah, I do. Got a 9 the next time. So
okay.
2 successes.
All right.
Woohoo.
Congratulations, Rachel. You got 2 successes when you
Yeah.
only needed 1. So you generate a point of momentum. You can either spend that momentum right now. You could use it on you can use it to buy extra information, or you can bank it for the rest of your team to use later.
I think I'll bank it.
Okay, very good. So you are able to orient yourself because of the heavens, and you are able to get back to the rendezvous point with Dreg before frostbite sets in.
Awesome. I hate cold.
Most Klingons do, I think. And so we will cut to Krovek as you emerge from your torpedo.
Yeah. I look up at the stars and think, I remember that opera about the stars that one time. It's not going to help me find my way back to where I'm supposed to go. So first thing I'm going to do, since I'm not exactly sure which way to travel, is I'll use my, I've got survival focus to at least figure out how to retain the warmth I do have with the clothing I have.
You bet.
And do whatever else I need to do. Light a fire, make a torch, get my weapons stowed, or my equipment stowed to carry for a potentially long distance.
Yes, so your survival training absolutely applies, and I'm going to say that you're going to need to give me a reason plus security roll, because you're you're making sure your weapons and equipment is stowed properly, and you're relying on your training as a tactical officer and trained warrior of the Empire. So give me a difficulty 1, reason plus security roll.
Okay. Hey, got 1.
Okay, so you two are able to find your way to the rendezvous point, and this time you join Cal and Rachel's characters.
Great.
But before any frostbite sets in or anything like that. So Carvara, the camera cuts to you, and you've just jumped free of your exploding torpedo tube.
Didn't no one notice the stunt double, right? And she's expensive. Would it be? You said we have standard equipment. Would it be? Would Carvara have any kind of tricorder or otherwise non-weapon equipment with her?
Yes, for your equipment, you have tricorders, communicators, and whatever weapons are listed on your character sheet. So if you've got a disruptor or a batleth or a dagger, that's what you have on you.
I'm gonna try to. Do we have a designated commander? Maybe Drek.
So Dreg would be the ranking officer.
I think I will attempt to. I will go ahead and. What's our communicators? Are they like a handheld thing? What are Klingon communicators?
Yeah, handheld communicator. Yeah. You might worry that transmitting might tip off the Dominion that you're here. So
yeah, I guess that's a good question. Are we under a kind of assumed blackout because of that? Like secure, like we have to maintain communications blackout, Dreg? Is that a standing order that you would have given before we left?
Affirmative.
All right. So in that case, I'm instead going to just use tricorder, and is by itself, will it help me gravitate to Klingon life forms?
Yes, you can absolutely scan for Klingon life forms to give you a direction. Give me either a reason plus science or reason plus security roll, difficulty 1.
Okay. Yeah, let's do reason plus science, because we love science. Especially when we can use it to blow stuff up like we just did. That was awesome and not intentional. If any Klingon high commander listening. Oh my god. I succeeded. It's a different 20-sided this time.
All right.
Sorry, they're used to D&D. They're D&D dice, okay?
These would be great rolls in D&D. Okay. So
but I did succeed. I got 1 success on the other one.
Yes. So when this happens, the rules call this success at cost. She, Carvara, successfully uses her tricorder to scan for Klingon life signs and locates the rendezvous location. But unfortunately, maybe the wind picks up, or she falls down like an icy chasm or something like that, and she takes on the frostbite trait. So Adam, remember that, write that down on your character sheet. That is going to make most physical tasks for you 1 step more difficult until you can find a way to heal yourself or warm up to get rid of that trait. So I
hate this planet. I hate this moon, everything about it. Like there's not near enough explosions and it's cold. Okay. I'm frostbitten, but do I get back? Do I manage to escape, crawl out of the hole?
Yes, you managed to get back to the rendezvous location just later than everyone else. So you've rejoined your comrades, but you are
Hold on,
cold.
let me look up the curse word for cold moon planet.
Supposed to keep it clean, Adam.
Well, in Klingon, I figured there's not that many Klingon native speakers.
Klingon profanity. Feel free.
Anyway, yes, it's cold. I don't want to be here any longer than we have to. Let's go find that thing, blow it up, and get out of here. Sorry, Commander.
So all four of you have arrived at the rendezvous location, which is near the Dominion outpost. And it's the outpost itself stands along the edge of a frozen lake. The near side of the outpost leads into a large hangar, but the entrance is blocked by a shimmering force field. You notice no signs of patrols along the exterior of the outpost.
Are we breathing atmosphere, or we assume just to have
This is a breathable atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
Is the hangar
All right.
open? Can we see inside it? I missed that.
So yes, there's like a force field, but it's maybe it's got like a shimmering orange energy, but it's sort of translucent, so you can see through to the other side if you want. But it's kind of distant, and there's kind of a blizzard going on. So if give me like a an insight plus security roll to sort of see if you can peer inside the hangar from where you are.
Yeah, I rolled a 20. I can't see
Excellent.
anything.
So the wind, there will be a complication as a result, and the wind picks up and is just absolutely howling, and you guys almost can't even see your hands in front of your faces right now.
Sorry, everybody. That's not
Thanks,
very glorious.
Krovek.
Can I make the same roll?
Sure, yeah.
And that was insight and security, was that?
Security, yep. And we'll say difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. All right.
You do have a point of momentum if you would like to buy an extra die for the roll.
Yeah, I only got one success, so yeah, I'll buy one more. We got to find a way in.
Okay.
And that one also failed, so I have one success.
Okay, so you no longer
I
have
have to cut open a tauntaun or something.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. But
that's the only Star Wars thing I'll say all night.
the blizzard is just howling around you right now, and you know that the outpost is there, maybe only because of your tricorder scans, but you are not sure yet how to get in.
Can I attempt a scan of the weather to see if perhaps there's going to be a momentary pass in this horrific blizzard that we might get a chance to find a better perch to examine the base from?
Yeah, give me either a reason plus science or reason plus engineering.
Okay, we're gonna
difficulty 1.
You know what? This is time for bold action for the Empire. So I'm gonna really just put, like, I'm cold. I want out of this, so I'm gonna use my bold engineering talent, and buy an extra D20 by adding threat, so I can roll 3.
Okay.
And this will give me a single re-roll of any of these.
Cool.
Oh, well, let's re-roll that 19. Can't roll a 20 on it again. I didn't. All right. That's 3 successes, though.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead, bank one of them, use one to basically increase the odds of us being able to find some place out of this weather, and the weather maybe does clear. And whatever passes for a star around here comes out.
The weather doesn't clear, but you are able to, because of your thorough tricorder scan, you're able to come up with a couple valuable pieces of information. One is that the force field in front of the hangar, you think is not all that strong. You think it could probably be overloaded with a couple of disruptors. You also, as you scan the area, notice that there appears to be some kind of like heavy-duty water intake underneath the frozen surface of this lake that you think leads into the outpost. So your options are either to try to get past the force field, or you can maybe get into the lake and swim down through the freezing water into the substructure of the outpost.
Commander Dreg?
Force field.
Go ahead.
I'm cold enough as it is.
I have a
overload.
disruptor focus, so I could use my fitness and disruptor talents to try to break through the shield.
I do like blowing stuff up.
Yeah, drowning is not a glorious death.
It is cold under that water. In that water, I'm almost completely dead certain of it.
No, let's A-team it up here.
Yep.
Oh, just a minor question.
Yeah.
I might have missed it in the introduction. Who's in control of this this outpost? Which race?
The Dominion. And so the Dominion, you would know, are led by the founders, which are like shapeshifters, like Odo.
Yeah.
But they're foot soldiers. They have several other species that they subjugate. Their foot soldiers are the Jem'Hadar, the ones that carry out most of their fighting, their combat.
Okay, I have focus Jem'Hadar ground tactics, so I'm just kind of. I'll hold off now, but if there's something I could use that with to figure out how they might set up their defenses to figure out which route might be better for us.
Yeah, Krovek is already a veteran of some nasty battles with Jem'Hadar troops, so this is the kind of fight you know pretty well.
Maybe go ahead.
No, go ahead, Adam.
I was gonna say, maybe Krovek can figure out, like, look, because we got to get closer, I assume, to be able to shoot this thing. We're still we're decent distance away.
yeah.
Yes, you would be at long distance right now.
Perhaps with your experience, Krovek, with the stupid cowardly Jem'Hadar and their silly cloaking devices. Well, theirs are silly. Ours is so much better. Personal cloaking devices. Who does that? Put it on a bird of prey. That's where it belongs. You can figure out a way for us to get in.
Yeah, or at least get us much closer.
Get close.
So,
yeah.
Let's do it. So, so I want to get in, but my main goal with this role is to figure out how we can get as close as possible.
Yeah, so I won't even make you roll for that. You don't see any evidence that there are any sort of external sentries or guards making patrols or anything like that. So that you guys can move pretty close into like close range, maybe like 30, 40 meters from the entrance to this hangar. And as you get closer, you see that this outpost looks like it's several stories tall, and up toward the top, you see that there are some large towers bristling with technology and instrumentation.
Well, lieutenants, what's your call? This is.
I'm sorry, I missed
I don't have to make any of the decisions.
I'm sorry, I missed the decision point there.
Well, we got closer, so are we disrupting the force field?
I'd say at this point, right? We can shoot. We can. Yeah. Well, wait. When we bring it down, how noticeable is that going to be? Do we know that?
Yeah.
Or is it just a small breach in a focused area that we can kind of like sneak in through the cut fence kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, even if the whole thing went down in a terrain like this, I mean, maybe it's there mostly to keep the environment out anyway. It could go down all the time. Plausible deniability.
Right.
So yeah, here's what if just like firing your disruptors into this force field, it might overload the force field, but it's almost certain to raise an alarm and attract the attention of whatever might be inside. But if you guys wanted to figure out a way to maybe hack the sensor grid of the outpost or something to make it look like it's like a weather outage or something like that, then you might be able to roll some dice and do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What would be the attributes and disciplines for something like that? Presumably, we'd have to find a control terminal or something like that. That's the starting point.
Yeah, so these would be like, I would say probably like daring plus engineering to find some sort of external computer terminal and find a way to hack the sensor grid.
Hold on. What if we? Okay. What if instead of hacking their just turning it off or something, right? Okay. What if we fake a sensor alert? Like maybe they detect a cloaked a cloaked ship, like like nearby, like that they would have to come out for, right? Like get them to put the drawbridge down, like so we don't even, so they're not even alerted to like us, like there's a mechanical error or anything. Like they just go out and we just make a like a sensor blip essentially. They see a cloaked ship parked, bird of prey parked like a half click away, and then when they're running out, we just Scooby-Doo in. I've heard about this thing, humans. It's like from ancient history. It's really the 2D stuff. There, it's weird, but dogs.
Intriguing.
Just trust me, you don't want to know about them. Anyway, yeah. So would that would maybe perhaps we try that with the if we can find a way to maybe use the tricorders.
Right.
Do any of us speak Jem'Hadar, or do we have the universal translators? I have deception as a focus, so I could further the deception by calling it in.
Ooh.
Like that
or
one.
the code would be, we could make the response, you would know like what a response for. Yeah, okay, I love that idea. Yeah.
So on tasks like this, one of you, there's rules for assisting someone else. So one of you can do the primary task and another person can assist if that's what you'd like to, and you can sort of combine your die rolls to see how many successes you get.
I think I'd be the one assisting since you'll be doing the.
I got the tricorder, so everyone else can. And essentially, if you can figure out a way to incorporate an idea into it, you can assist, right? Like
So
in different ways.
I have a disruptor pistol. I don't know if that means I could, if you threw the tricorder and I shot it in the air,
Well,
would that be?
I was thinking just like you could use we could involve the disruptor as like an energy source, so we have a legitimate energy source to send, like in the signal, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you would be like emitting
emitting
some kind of like EM with the disruptor, because you're a disruptor expert, so you can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And does the commander, does Drag have any words of wisdom before this Klingon endeavor of amazing science?
No, make it loud. I mean, loud so they come out and they
make it loud. I have howling wind going on in my headphones too.
Oh, nice.
It helps. I feel cold. It's so hot in here. Okay, are we ready for roll? What does everyone get to roll?
So what exactly? Explain to me again what the plan is.
Okay, so using the tricorder, we're going to emit a signal that we're kind of like we're taking the signal of a disruptor, like to morph it, using that to essentially seem like some kind of neutron source that or neutrino source. I don't know, whichever you want to make up. Neutrino source that would indicate like a cloaked bird of prey landed on the planet. Okay. And by knowing the Jem'Hadar codes, like in understanding because of Krolik's knowledge, we're hoping to like be able to trick them into thinking that there's something going on out there. And yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so Carvara, Adam, you will be the leading on this task, and this will be, we'll say this is like a difficulty 3 task.
Sure.
And I would say it's daring plus engineering for you. For Carmen, assisting for Krovek, this is probably going to be daring plus security, because you're using your knowledge of Jem'Hadar combat tactics. And as the assisting character, you will only be rolling 1 d20 rather than 2.
Okay.
You have 1 point of momentum if you would like to buy extra dice.
Yeah, I will go ahead and buy a die with my bold engineering just so I get the reroll.
Okay.
So we don't have another. Sheesh. All right, I'm glad I did that. Okay, so I did get 2 successes.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. What's that mean?
Okay, a 1 is a natural success, which is not 1 success, but 2.
Applause.
2 successes. So you guys got 4 successes. You needed 3. So you generate a point of momentum. Would you like to bank that momentum, Carmen, or would you like to spend it immediately to improve the quality of your success?
Oh, you know what? I really want to get in there and start killing things. So I want to use it now. Let's improve our success.
Okay, very good. So, you guys succeed. Your plan just works perfectly, and you create a sensor ghost that looks like a neutrino surge that would indicate a Klingon bird of prey decloaking in the planet's atmosphere. And so there's some alarms that go up. You hear them outside, and the force field blinks away, and immediately a troop of a half dozen Jem'Hadar in weather gear, bristling with big bladed weapons and disruptor rifles, comes charging out of the installation. And they do not see you in the blizzard, and they run right past you, running off into the frigid distance. And you guys have a few moments to sneak inside with the force field down.
Great.
It's cold.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Make my way in. Find
Excellent.
some cover.
So you guys, go ahead, Rachel. Did you have a question?
Oh, is it warm and toasty in there, and we can thaw out? And
Yes.
I can turn off the scary cold howling snowstorm.
Yes, you can. After a couple of moments inside, Carvara, you can remove your frostbite trait.
I'm gonna put on background Klingon bird of prey noise. It's much more comforting.
Okay, so you guys have gained entrance into a large hangar deck, and you see that a single shuttle rests in the center of the expansive deck. Engineering equipment and shuttle components lie scattered throughout the deck, and a large doorway in the south wall, which you just entered through, allows small craft to enter and exit the hangar. So there are, just leading off to kind of the northeast, you guys entered through the south, and just off the northeast corner of this big hangar, there's a corridor that's lined with doors on both sides.
Okay.
Small hangar, small craft in hangar, stuff lying around, and a corridor to our right in front of us. Right?
Yes, and off to your left, along the far left-hand wall, there is metal staircase leading down into the sub-basement of the structure.
Hmm.
Okay.
But outside the building, we saw at the top of this tall structure equipment, right? Or, some sort of antennae or something like that.
Exactly.
Quick question. Does the shuttlecraft look intact and functional, operational? You said there's the shuttle, and then there's also parts strewn about as well.
Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
he's frozen.
Well, he does that. I'm going to go grab just a quick drink.
You can
Okay.
For a second, I thought my question was so terrible that he's like, oh, I'm not even going to answer that question.
You stumped him.
No, exit strategy is a great idea.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I thought the same thing because I have small craft focus, so
Live.
I think I see our way out.
Yeah. Well, my first thought was actually, a small craft. I wonder how we could blow this up to take out the station. And they're like, oh, wait. We got to get out of the station.
we have to have an exit strategy.
We don't have to.
Well,
exit.
no, we don't.
We just
yeah,
have to
we
blow
could-
it up.
We could
We get on the
sacrifice
craft.
ourselves.
Yeah, we got a ship. We
In-
just fly it in and be done with it. But okay. Anyway, I'm not sure if you heard my question. Did the shuttlecraft look operational?
So you would have to get inside and get closer to the shuttle to examine it to know for sure. Like you said, you mentioned that there is engineering equipment and parts scattered around the deck. So it looks like this would be like a maintenance hangar where they might be working on the shuttle.
Okay.
Mm.
I will leave that for Laurel to check out because she's got the.
Maybe I can
do you have
hang-
piloting skills or?
I do have piloting skills. I'm not sure that I would have the wherewithal to repair something, or if it's in the middle of being maintained
Yeah.
or repaired. Uh, not sure I would have the talent for that.
I'd say maybe we should like get out of here first and come, like, just note that it's here and come back for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I mean, I could probably get it working if it's in any condition at all, but it's going to take time,
Mhm.
and we don't really have a whole lot of time. I mean, we really don't know how long like they're going to be gone, but should we find someplace safe in here? Like, should we just go down the corridor, like where, like, you know, there could be more of them, or should we go into the basement where maybe we could find some place to tuck away or find, you know, like some of those fancy disruptor rifles?
You know, if there's
Disruptor
the well, that too. If there was that intake from the lake, I bet if they're using the lake as some kind of cooling system, if that goes downstairs, if we go downstairs, just an idea, options to.
I don't know why they talk so much trash about you, Krovek, at the academy. Like, you are so much smarter than they all realize.
You know, it's not about maintaining stuff; it's knowing what to blow up.
Commander, what's the call?
Yeah, so no, I like that idea. If we find the thing that's being cooled and stop it from cooling, that could achieve our objective. So let's start there. Basement.
All right. So as you four start making your way toward that staircase leading downward, I am going to make my first threat spend of the evening and spend a bunch of my threat. As suddenly, 3 more Jem'Hadar soldiers unshroud. And basically, if you're unfamiliar, the Jem'Hadar have the ability to be invisible when they want to. But in this case, they unshroud. They become visible in your midst, just sort of pop up out of nowhere. And they are all carrying disruptors. And one of them opens fire first and is going to fire at, we'll say the big guy in this case, at Krovek. And this will be control plus security. Oh, okay. And misses you. A disruptor blast flies just over your head, Krovek. And you suddenly realize that there are 3 more Jem'Hadar soldiers in your midst. So we are now in a combat situation, and one of the 3 Jem'Hadar is acted. And so basically, right now, the initiative shifts to you guys, and any one of you can act. Whoever you think would act first in this situation.
Get out the batleth and charge.
Okay, Krovek. When you make a melee attack, that's going to be a daring plus security roll, and I oppose it with the Jem'Hadar soldiers, daring plus security. And if you get more successes, you hit the guy with your batleth. If he gets more successes, he reverses the attack and can do some damage to you.
Okay. I also have I've got a couple focuses. I got many focuses I could use. I have Jem'Hadar ground tactics, hand-to-hand combat, and blades. Which is the best?
So basically, they all do the same thing, which means what is your security discipline? What number?
It's a 5.
A 5. So because you have focuses that apply, anything on your dice that is a 5 or lower is a critical success and counts as 2 successes rather than 1. So this is daring plus security. I got 2 successes.
I have 2 successes, and one is a 4.
Okay.
So that's critical.
Yes, so that's a total of 3 successes for you. You generate a point of momentum, and you succeed on your batleth attack. So there should be next to your, I'll look it up. I've got your character sheet here. Next to your batleth attack, there should be a number of challenge dice.
7.
So roll that number of d6s.
Am I looking for the sum?
No, just roll them, and then I'll ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay, so immediately discard all the 3s and 4s. Those are zip.
Okay.
Okay, how many 1s did you get?
2.
Okay, how many 2s did you get?
0.
Okay, now how about 5s and 6s?
2 6s.
Okay. So those each count as 1, and then the Batleth has the vicious quality, which makes those 2. So you get 2 more. Okay, so you did a total of 6 stress damage to the Jem'Hadar in your attack. And that is enough to deal, because that is more than 5, that deals an injury to this Jem'Hadar. And so you can describe for me how you make your successful Batleth attack.
Oh, well, I didn't want him to die because I want him to see the rest of the group come up and do their damage. So I just took out his disruptor arm with a nice slash that didn't sever it, but severed enough nerves that it's just kind of hanging there.
Yeah, awesome. And so he falls down to the deck, no longer able, his disruptor clatters to the deck. He's no longer able to take actions because you've dealt him such a grievous wound, and he is clutching his arm right now. So at this point, the initiative will shift back to the other Jem'Hadar, unless you guys want to spend momentum and threat to pass the initiative to one of your comrades. That is your decision.
We don't seem to be in dire straits quite yet, right? We're Klingons.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need to cheat to win.
The remaining
on opera while we fight.
Yes, I love it.
By which I mean Krovik is actually singing opera while he's fighting.
Awesome.
That's all from me. So.
The remaining Jem'Hadar fires his disruptor at, we will say, Dreg, and succeeds. He gets a successful attack. Hits Dreg in the chest with a disruptor blast. And that does... Okay. 2, 3. So he does 5 points of stress damage to Dreg. So Dreg, that would deal an injury. You have 2 options to avoid the injury. You can pay, you've got 1 point of momentum, which you can spend and then pay me another point of threat. Or you can use your, each of you, I should have mentioned this earlier, each of you has a point of determination, which you can use in conjunction with your values. And that allows you to get an automatic critical success on any roll you want, or you can use it to avoid an injury for free. Or you
I'll
can
use
take
my point
the
of.
injury.
Say again?
Or you can take the injury, but that means you will no longer be able to attempt tasks until you're healed.
And we didn't bring the doctor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Nope, I'll use the determination.
Okay. So in this case, you suffer the injury, but you fight on just through sheer force of will. So mark that the 5 stress off your stress track.
Okay.
And so you've been blasted. You have suffered a disruptor wound to your chest, and it's melted through your armor. Actually, no, you have armor. You have 2 points. You're all Klingons with armor, so you have 2 points of armor. You only take 3 points of stress damage. You are not injured. I'm sorry for not remembering that.
Oh right, we never wore armor as Starfleet. That's the thing. Like that always sucked.
So as Klingon warriors, you guys are all wearing armor, which means any successful attack against you, you subtract 2 from the total number of stress damage it does to you.
Mine says resistance only 1. Am I wearing like light armor because I'm a badass? Badass.
Yes. Because you're a badass. You wear less armor than the rest of your.
Your brain is your armor.
That's right.
If we're talking about like the
and my awesome hair.
Area of our
I'm sorry.
sheets,
What's that, Cal?
I was gonna say like it looks like my resistance is also one armor. On the other hand, I have a Rakul talent that resistance is increased by 2 against non-lethal attacks. And I'm not sure what the non-lethal.
So against a phaser on stun or someone just hitting you with like a bare fist, those are non-lethal attacks. The Jem'Hadar is shooting to kill, so your Brackwell wouldn't apply here.
Yeah.
All right. So if I only have a resistance of 1, that means I took 4 stress damage.
Yeah. Yes. Mark 4 off your stress track. Okay.
Got
So
it.
two of the Jem'Hadar have acted. The other one is injured. So the initiative shifts back to you guys until all of you have acted this round. So I think Carmen is the only one who's acted, so any of you three can act now.
Oh, I want a piece of that guy who tried to shoot me. Unsuccessfully shot me. Not
Okay.
successfully killed me. I have a blades focus, so I'm going to grab I'm going to ruin this pronunciation. The Todd dagger.
That was good.
Cool.
So make a
And
daring plus security roll.
it's a difficulty 2, right?
In this case, I'm going to oppose it with the Jem'Hadar, who just got 2 successes.
I got 2 successes as well.
Okay, so in this case, the tie goes to the aggressor, which is you. So you can roll damage, a number of d6s equals that little number next to your dagger attack.
Gotcha. Sorry, one second.
Sure.
Okay, got it.
Did you?
Did you want the sum, or we're doing the
It's
numbers?
the effect, yeah, the effect dice. Yep.
So get rid of any 3s, 4s.
Okay.
And then how many 1s did you get?
1,
Okay. How many 2s?
0,
Okay. How many 5s and 6s?
1.
Okay. So your Dictog dagger, I think, probably has the vicious quality, which means there's 3 points of stress. Okay. Very good. So now Adam and Rachel, either of you can go.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Well, I will pull out my dagger. Yeah, I can't say it. I'm just going to say dagger. What is the size 2H on that?
2H means it's a two-handed weapon. You have to have both hands free to use it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got my 2 hands available, so
That's a big dagger.
I'm gonna unleash my vicious melee dagger, I guess, and also take out one of those guys.
Do you want to attack the same one that Cal just attacked, or the one who hasn't taken any damage?
I think the one that has not taken damage yet.
Okay,
Better.
so you charge up into this Jem'Hadar's face and you make your attack. So it's going to be a daring plus security roll opposed by the Jem'Hadar. You didn't get any successes.
Daring. So that's the 20, right? The daring plus security, you said?
Yep, and then you'll roll 2d20.
Okay. So 1 success, 1 not success.
So the Jem'Hadar didn't get any successes. You only needed the 1. So you can roll damage, and it will be a number of d6s. You are Laral.
5. That's the small number in the dagger.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
So roll 5d6s.
All right. Ooh.
Then get rid of the 3s and 4s.
Okay. Yep.
How many 1s?
1,
Okay, how many 2s?
0,
Okay, and then 5s and 6s.
1.
Okay,
I had a lot of 3s and 4s.
cool. Okay, so you make a successful attack with the dagger, but the Jem'Hadar is still standing. What is Carvara doing?
Okay, so Carvara, maintaining her composure as always in the midst of such chaotic, crazy combat is going on now. See the narration there? I'm actually getting better at it. Crazy COVID. So she is actually going to look around and see if she can spot a security terminal or something to that effect to, for instance, maybe turn the force field back on so the crazy soldiers don't come after us, or close the door. Just I don't know what she's going to be able to get herself into trouble. But kid, is there a chance I could look for that and run to it? I don't know if I can actually get anything done this turn, but I just want to try and find one.
No, yeah, there are definitely controls. What look to you like the exact controls to run the force field inside?
I am beelining it right for it. Can I make it to them and do something, or do I need to wait for next round?
Nope. Moving within medium range is just like a bonus action, so you can still
Yay.
attempt the task. And
Cool.
I know I put that in here, so just 1 second.
I am once again bold engineer, so I think I'm gonna being all off my own and just try to do this. So I'm gonna be bold engineering this stuff.
Okay, so it's going to be, because this is Dominion technology and not Klingon technology, it's going to be a difficulty 1 insight plus engineering roll to bring up the force field.
Insight engineering. Okay, and does a mechanical diagnostics or structural engineering apply here or not? I don't know. That's
I would
I'm
say
gonna have to leave
mechanical
you.
diagnostics does.
Right. I mean, I'm just having to probably try to figure it out based on just what's moving.
Right.
Okay, so insight engineering, that's a 13. Bold engineering gives another threat to you, but I get to re-roll a 20
Okay.
with my bonus. So that means, and we had a focus, which means I caught that on a critical. So I have 1 critical success, 2 regular successes, 4 total successes,
Okay.
of which I will bank. This was a 1 success.
It was difficulty 1. Yep.
Difficulty 1. So I'll bank 2, and we'll go with a added effect, if I can, of turning off any alarm that might be going off or closing a door or something like that. Other than the security door in the first place.
Yeah. So usually to create an advantage, that's 2 points of momentum. So would you want to spend 2?
Yeah, go ahead.
So okay. So you've now got 2 points of momentum banked. Would you like to either disable the internal security alarms, or would you like to create some kind of blackout that will keep the Jem'Hadar who left from getting back in?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that constitutes most of their armed security force. That's a gamble, and we'll lock ourselves in here.
Okay. So you create an advantage that will basically lock out the Jem'Hadar who are outside the outpost from disabling the force field from the outside.
Or they can swim in the cold. I don't care. Like, if they want to do it.
Very good. So that is the end of the first round of combat. 1 of the 3 Jem'Hadar has been injured. There are 2 still remaining, and they are engaged in hand-to-hand combat with Laral and Dre. So we're now in the second round of combat, and any of you can start out to act first.
Yeah, go ahead and get yourself some Jem'Hadar.
Can I break out the batleth and go to town on my guy?
Absolutely, you can. This is a Klingon
All right.
game.
Yeah.
Be right back, real quick.
Sure. So just like last time, Rachel, this will be a daring plus security roll opposed by the Jem'Hadar.
Okay.
Jem'Hadar got 2 successes.
Woo, I got 2 successes.
Okay, so you are successful. So you can roll a number of d6s equal to what is next to your batleth attack.
All right. Okay. All right. Got it.
So get rid of the 3s and 4s.
Yep.
Oh, how many 1s?
2.
Okay, and then how many 2s?
1.
Okay, and how many 5s and 6s?
1.
1. Okay, so that is 6 points of a total of 6 points of damage with your, as you pull out your batleth and rake it across the midsection of the Jem'Hadar. Go ahead and describe for me. What kind of injury do you cause to this guy?
There's sparks and wires and fluids spewing out, and it's just spasming and falling to the floor as
Violent. I like
totally. And does Laral say anything?
uh
Come on, this is your one chance at a quip.
but I don't know any Klingon.
It's always a good day to die.
I guess.
Yeah. Or you can say, it's warmer on the inside.
Yeah. I just
Uh,
let out a just nice visceral scream and ah!
Yeah.
There.
Perfect. All right.
Rip out his stupid catcher cell white tube.
Spraying everywhere. So you guys, the initiative will now shift back to the last gem Hadar remaining, unless you guys want to spend your 2 momentum to pass the initiative to someone else on your side.
No,
Take
I
care of
just
him?
want to watch this guy with a smile. See what he does. It's like, oh, he's going to come at us with his little disruptor. Let's see what he does.
All right, man. He fires his disruptor, this time at
I love
Krovek, who is provoking him. All right. And he gets 3 successes, which is more than enough.
Good thing we had a 5th Klingon hiding back there.
Disruptor. Oh, wait. That's wrong one. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of stress damage.
Ooh.
So you've got some armor to subtract from that.
Okay.
How much armor does Krovek have? His resistance. He has one point of resistance. So it's 6 points of damage. So mark 6 off your stress track, Carmen. And you will take on the injured trait unless you either spend your determination or pay me your 2 points of momentum.
I'll pay you my momentum. I don't need that.
Okay. All right. So that is all the momentum you have, but you mark that off your stress track, but you do not take on the injured trait. So it just kind of burns through some of your armor, but you are still up and able to act, and the initiative shifts back to you guys.
Well, I guess
Any
since
of you can act.
me, I'll go finish him.
Okay, what do you want to do, Krovek?
Oh, let's just give him a good old-fashioned batleth slash.
Okay, that will be a daring plus security roll, opposed by the Gem Hadar, who got 2 successes.
2 successes and 1's crit.
Okay, so that's a total of 3.
Actually,
So
does it have to be equal to or equal to or less than?
equal to or less than.
Okay, then I got the crit. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you generate a point of momentum as you make your successful attack with your batleth. So you can roll damage, which will be your number of d6s equal to whatever's next to your batleth attack.
Yep, 7.
7. Yep.
Let me double check here. When I choose to make a lethal attack, so the killer's instinct. Just a quick question: it says when you choose to make a lethal attack, you do not add to threat for doing so. What is that?
I'm not even worried about it in a Klingon game. So
Okay.
You wouldn't add to threat anyway, so don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Let's roll this then. Okay. Okay, I got my rolls.
Okay, so get rid of the 3s and 4s. Basically, the 1s are 1s, and then 2s, 5s, and 6s are worth 2.
Okay, I have 2 1s and then 2 2s and 2 5s.
Okay, so that's a total of 8, which will deal an injury. So you can describe it for me if you like, Carmen.
Oh yeah, I got him right in the abdomen, and whatever passes for Jim Hardar intestines just kind of drooped out, and he's holding him, looking at him. He's contemplating, like in the famous Klingon opera Ugat and True. He's contemplating his mortality as the intestines ooze through his fingers.
Totally.
Moment of silence for Commander Kang. Christopher Plummer.
And he says, victory or death, before he sinks to the deck.
They're always so serious.
And so that is the 3 Jem'Hadar in the hangar. So you guys were out of the combat situation. There are 3 dead Jem'Hadar bleeding out on the deck, but everything is quiet once again, eerily quiet.
So while you all were so busy performing such incredible performance art, like, I mean, that really is, it's beautiful as I just like put my hands out and just the guts just like completely like covering different pieces of gear that were sitting out, you know, like throughout the hangar. It's magical. I can't thank you all enough. I'm gonna look through this quick. I got those idiots that we sent out into the cold. They're stuck out there. So I say we unfortunately are probably gonna have to clean up our art installation and maybe take a picture. And then, you know, just while you're doing that, I'll look to see what we got here, and then let's skedaddle out of this place now that we just bought ourselves a little time.
I'm with you.
And anyone, you know, you see something you like. I mean, some good shit here. Like, I mean, I hate the Jem'Hadar, but their stuff is pretty awesome. I'm just saying, as a Klingon, I mean, a Klingon stuff's obviously better. It's always better. Knife, yeah, right. But like, this stuff is really cool. You should all look at it.
Sure, why not take a quick glance? Is there any equipment that looks
Like those
that
bodies.
would improve our situation?
Not really. You do notice as you look through the engineering equipment scattered across the hangar that some of it does appear to be shuttle parts.
Fred, I meant the 3 corpses that had like cloaking devices or whatever else on them, like for them.
So
I'm going to look through. I'm looking through the hangar to just see if like I can repair the shuttle. That's all.
Yes. So their shroud is a biological function. So they don't have like personal cloaks.
That's
but
right. That's right.
They do have.
See, it is stupid. I said it was stupid. It's not a thing.
They each carry like a nasty looking bladed weapon, and they've got disruptors, which are more or less equal to the disruptors that you're carrying.
What kind of nasty looking bladed weapon?
Yeah.
Probably not, because you're not trained in it. It wouldn't be a better alternative to you than your daggers and batleths, but
poetry.
You know, it could be like a good token of trophy of war.
Cool. I'm gonna grab one of those. Assuming I don't have like a max carry capacity or something. Not sure it's ever come up, but
I think a Klingon can always strap another knife.
There's always room for blades.
How many knives you get? Don't ask. Unless you're ready to see them all.
Someone's gonna be running out of the hangar like this.
So while we're doing that, just the quick glance around tells me that there's stuff here to fix, potentially fix the shuttlecraft. I don't need to do it or like know how. Just that my expertise tells me that there's warp field or impulse field coils and whatever.
Oh yeah, field coils and self-sealing stem bolts, and it looks like it would take you a little while to get this shuttle in functioning shape.
And that confirms that the shuttle is not currently. It is currently on blocks, I believe, as the humans call it.
Basically, yes. It looks like you think you could get it running, but it would take you a little while.
Okay. Ooh.
And to reset the scene, there's the metal staircase leading downward on the western side, and then there's a corridor leading up on the eastern side with several doors on each side of the corridor.
Lead on, my amazing warriors.
I say to stick with the plan. We keep going into the basement.
Okay. Who's taking point? I'll take point. I'm the tank.
It's Kralik.
So Krovek, yes, you charge down the staircase with your boots thudding loudly on the metal of the staircase. And you come into a sub-basement that is full of basically engineering, utility equipment. It looks like you're right. It is connected to the cold lake outside. It also appears as if it's drawing geothermal energy from the moon's core. And that might be what powers this entire installation.
I know something down here is big and going to explodey, but someone else here knows how to utilize that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess I will start, just spending my time while everyone else is looking around. I will just, kind of make my way over towards it. But someone probably better check, because I'm totally forgetting about any Jemadar or anything like that at this point. I'm just totally fascinated by all this machinery, and I'm going to take a look.
Yeah, give me a difficulty 2 reason plus security roll, Adam. You got 1 point of momentum if you want to spend it.
Nah. We got if my warp field dynamics, structural engineering, or mechanical diagnostics plays a part, or cloaking device, and in case something weird, I did critical with a 2, but
Yeah.
Otherwise I got 2 successes. If it's a critical, that's 3.
Yeah, structural would apply. This is
Cool.
a structural engineering kind of question.
I'm not really that. I don't think I'm going to gain that much on an advantage, so I'm just going with the success, and I'm going to bank the momentum for the rest of you, because I think we're going to get punished for doing this. I mean, because danger's everywhere.
Very good. So you now have 2 points of momentum in the bank, and as Carvara looks through this equipment, it does indeed look like the installation is drawing power from the thermal power from the core of the moon. You think that you might be able to disable it down here, and that would cut power to most of the base. But you think that that would only be that could be repaired. That would be like a temporary setback. If you really want to permanently destroy the emitter, you need to find the emitter.
Can't quit. There's no overload and blow the whole thing up, or we can't. We don't have it. We don't know that yet from down here. Is what I'm saying.
Right. You couldn't do that from down here.
Cool. All right.
Well, we can remember this, so if we do find something up there and we come back down here, we could just complicate their crisis if we can get that far.
Right.
Yeah, it might be needed for a distraction or something if we need it as we make our escape. But sounds like we need to go back up. My guess, but
sounds right to me.
I have a suggestion. I could take one of those disruptors that we found, right? Or actually, I'll just use my own. I don't need it. I could take my disruptor pistol and perhaps rig it to go off with a signal from my communicator as kind of a little we just have a little quick boop and cause our because all it will do, right? The explosion will just kind of knock things out temporarily, but it would knock things out temporarily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sounds,
yeah, I'm going to
sounds
try
good.
an attempt of a feat of science.
Sure. I won't even make you roll for it. That you can absolutely, any Klingon warrior knows how to rig a disruptor to explode, and you can hook it up.
And I have the jury rig talent, so yeah,
Sure.
it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a standard Klingon Defense Force trick that you all would know how to do.
Okay, I learned this. All right, I know you all think I don't really did my survival training, but seriously, I did dig it. It was cool. I just find other things interesting, like explosions. But this is an explosion, so let's go.
Yep. So you now basically have a bomb set off in the sub basement of this installation that you can detonate when you want to.
Sweet. I dig it.
All right, so the corridor back up the stairs sounds like the way of.
So as you go into that corridor, there is a door to your left and to your right, and then the corridor ends in front of you with a turbo lift.
When I say we ascend, how many levels do we have to ascend or descend? I guess. I assume it was going up, but do we have any kind of indication of where it'll take us?
It looks like the controls indicate that it leads upward.
Upward. Cool.
The turbo lift leads upward.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's take her up.
Okay.
Okay.
So the turbo lift doors swish open, and you emerge into a control room that's just sort of bristling with computer equipment. And there are two doors inside this room as well. One of which, there's like a window opening up into a large room where you can actually see this huge piece of equipment that looks like it is the emitter. You are here to sabotage.
Do we see anyone?
No.
I mean, last time they kind of snuck up on us.
Yeah, that's true.
Any?
It seems odd that they would not be
Can you smell them?
guarding.
Just point Krovik in the way you want to go check. If you want to open the door, I'll go open it for you.
Yeah. I mean, but just make sure you smell them first.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Does
we see
anyone
lots of
want to
computer
sneak in?
stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'll go open a door.
Which door would you like to open? The one into the emitter room or the other one?
Let's do the emitter room.
Okay. So like I said, this opens up into this huge piece of machinery that you deduce to be the tachyon emitter. It looks to you like it's going to take probably several tasks. To first, you have to figure out how to shut this thing down permanently. Then you have to actually do it.
Well, I guess I'll get to work on trying to just decipher the computer network and just figure out what's going on. If someone wants to, maybe secure the area.
I'll do that. I'll go open the other door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And
I'll do a quick look around the tachyon emitter area to make sure no one's. See if I bump into anyone who's cloaked.
Just feel around.
Yeah, it's eerily quiet in the emitter room and in the emitter control room. So Adam, if you want to give me, this is going to be an insight plus engineering roll, and it's going to be difficulty 3. So if someone wants to assist, they can, and you've got 2 points of momentum, and you also, I think you all have your determination, which can give you an automatic critical success if you want to.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and just use my determination and my dice rolls with, of course, for the glory of the Empire, and blow them all to Grathor as my, very much inspiration for this. We got to get this done.
Yep,
I'm not even, I don't even care that much about the shuttle downstairs, but I mean, it would be nice to leave.
Cool. So you use your determination, which gives you 2 successes automatically, plus whatever you roll.
And that is another success. So a total of 3 successes.
Okay, that's what you needed. Does anyone want to assist? And maybe you can create some momentum if you want to.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay, give me, Rachel, another, this time you're just rolling 1d20 rather than 2. This
Okay.
will be insight plus engineering as the both of you kind of set about working on this tachyon emitter, trying to figure out how it works.
Oh, I failed.
Okay. So the 2 of you working together to get just enough successes, and you are able to analyze the tachyon emitter and discover an exploitable weakness in its design. You determine that overloading the emitter with too much energy from the geothermal power relays in the sub-basement will fuse its components, which means it will basically have to be completely replaced. It will be beyond repair.
Awesome.
As you guys make that breakthrough, before we get there, Adam, Cal and Carmen, as you guys are working outside in the control room, you hear a voice calling to you. And it is coming from that closed door, and it is speaking in Klingon. And it says, "Someone out there! Someone help me!"
Okay, I'll go open it.
The doors
Someone's
swoosh open.
the Klingon Empire into this room.
There is a Klingon general who is tied, restrained in a chair inside this room.
Well, that's not very honorable.
No, we'll release him
But I guess
immediately.
I'll leave it up to Dreg to Should we untie him? Untie him, sir.
Would I know who this person is, Fred?
He says, I'm General Glug. I was taken prisoner in a recent starship battle and brought to this outpost where I was interrogated and beaten, but I did not divulge any of our secrets.
Of course not. Well, I am Lieutenant Dreg, son of Vorkin, and we are here to A-team this place up. I know it's a dated reference, but I untie him and whatever restraints are
Do
fighting.
the Jem'Hadar have any sort of like fakery capabilities? This wouldn't be like pretending to be
Yeah.
a Klingon general, right? Or do we believe that he actually is
Could be a founder,
a
Oh,
founder?
right. Dominion War.
but that'd be really weird.
Yeah. Who
Like
won
out
the
here.
World Series at start?
Right. But I think as far as like, yeah, I mean, this is the commander's call. Like, this is a general.
You know, if someone wants to make a roll, I can assist because I'm a veteran of a lot of battles, so I might recognize him if he's the true. If you want to be sure about it.
Commander,
Yeah,
you want wisdom?
I kind of do. I have focuses in high council politics and intimidation. It might be worth squeezing him for a little bit of information. Anything about like where he's coming from, how he came to be captured, that might help us verify his identity or intentions.
Yeah, very good, Cal. Give
Okay.
me a difficulty 3. This will be a presence plus command roll as you kind of size this guy's story, his explanation up. And
Okay.
you can use either your intimidate. Would you say intimidation or interrogation?
Intimidation.
Okay, you can use that, and your high council politics might also be worthwhile too. And then Carmen, you're in the room too, so you can assist with a single d20 if you want. Presence plus command.
I also have a talents or a studious talent. When I spend 1 or more momentum to obtain information, you may ask one additional question. Is that relevant here, or are we just at a baseline trying to get a read on him?
We'll see if you succeed first.
Sure, fair enough.
And you've got 2 points of
Nerd.
momentum to spend on additional dice if you want to.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry, you said that was presence plus command?
Yes.
Cool. Three successes.
How many?
3.
3. Okay. Carmen, did you get any?
I had 1 success.
Okay, so you generate a point of momentum.
Aha.
And Cal, you start kind of quizzing this General Glug, and I don't know what you start talking about life on the High Council and the war effort, and he says something that doesn't quite add up to you. Like he gets the name of a prominent member of the High Council wrong.
Should we prick him?
Yeah, explaining diplomatically because I have some rudimentary sense for how these things work at the higher levels. That, well, of course, for the honor of the Empire, I have to be studious, and then I smack him while he's tied up and defenseless, and try to attempt to intimidate him for. I don't know if that helps with another role, or I can ask another question, or I really want to know how he came to be in this situation specifically, because it doesn't really make sense that he's already here.
Yes, so you can spend a point with your talent. You can spend a point of momentum, and you can ask a question, and I will give you like a truthful answer.
Yeah. Why are you here? I think that's the thing I'm really curious to know.
So as you smack this supposed General Grug, he kind of smirks at you and he says, "Very good. You saw through my deception.
Huh.
It's really just happenstance that I am here. I came for an inspection to make sure the tachyon grid was up and running properly. And I was supposed to take that shuttle back to Dominion space, back through the wormhole. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you, Klingon interlopers.
Oh, another Scooby-Doo reference. Amazing.
You are due, traitor. All right. Well, in terms of, so because I also like have a certain knowledge of Starfleet etiquette and stuff like that, I'm inclined to take him in alive because I want to know what a Klingon traitor to the Empire is doing working with the Dominion. He said he's like tied to a chair. Can I just like carry him out?
As you try to, Cal, I'm going to spend a point of threat as the founder turns to a brownish, orangish goo right before your eyes and shapeshifts. His morphogenic makeup jumps into action and transforms into a rodent, a tiny rodent, and scrambles out of the room. And you are not able to grab him.
Oh man, can I chase him?
You can't. You can try, but you lose him immediately.
All right.
Okay, so there's a founder loose. This is going to be interesting.
We should probably tell the guys in the other room.
Yeah.
Which one's the one to shoot?
Oh, no.
Wait, what other guys?
My understanding is like we're in another room. Yeah.
Yeah, he means us. You and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
So I guess my first inclination is like, oh, great. Yeah.
Well,
so
buddies,
yeah, let's
from now on.
Yep.
So what's our job here? We gotta.
Yeah. So cutting back to your room, Adam. You guys have figured out how to disable the tachyon emitter. Now you just have to successfully do so, which will require a difficulty 3 control plus engineering task.
Up here, or do we have to be down there?
You can do it from the control room.
And does our advantage with the explosion, the remote detonator, give us any help with this?
Sure.
Okay.
How would it?
Well, I mean, like, can we like the process where because you said what we're actually doing is overloading the generator downstairs, right? So I'm thinking like when we, like we're getting it going and, well, a gasoline on a fire kind of situation.
Yeah. So how about you can link up the emitter controls with the power generation in the sub basement and blow the whole place sky high with your bomb now, if you like.
I like.
Okay.
Corvex's on board.
I had a feeling.
I don't even care how long it's going to take to repair that shuttle.
Yeah.
So then
I don't have any family to get back to anyway, so I don't care. Go down in glory.
So then is this going to take me some time? Do we? I mean, because we still got a, as far as I understand, we still have a shape shifting, crazy god being that's running around, right? So how long is this going to take to do?
You think you could rig the thing to blow anytime you want? You're just going to take a task up here in the control room, and then you got to detonate the disruptor down in the sub basement.
All right, I'll work on that task. Oh, we have to do it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely, I will attempt that task with my bold engineering, and jury rig, which won't help. No, that'll help later on. Okay, so I'll buy an extra threat to try to do this.
Okay,
this engineering feat. It's
All right.
what's going to be my number?
It's difficulty 3. It is control plus engineering, and the raw can assist rolling a single d20.
Okay.
Difficulty 3.
Okay. Ugh. 19. I am no help.
At least it's not a complication.
All right, that is 3 successes, and one of those was a 2, a critical. If my mechanical diagnostics or whatever my
Sure.
nature works out.
Yep. So
And I'll pour it all into it, like to secure it.
Okay. So you now have the tachyon emitter basically rigged to blow with an overload of energy from the explosion that you're about to set off in the sub-basement. And so all you have to do is send the signal for your disruptor to overload, in which you can do at any time. And the whole installation will go sky high. Of course, that would kill anyone inside.
So Klingons, how we feeling?
Uh-oh.
Feeling
Let's
pretty
reconvene
good.
in the control room. Yeah. If we want to go back to, if we want to return to that exit strategy, we need to get a number on how long it would take to restore that shuttle in the hangar to functionality. We could, because at this point we can operate. We can fire the bomb off remotely. It does, no one has to be in the room at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So my suggestion is, because we also have a founder on the loose, like everyone, I don't know, put like an X on your forehead or something like that. So like, okay, there's one of me, there's one of you, there's one of you, there's one of you. We're all here, right? And hope that the chair over there isn't the founder and listening to this, and maybe we stand a chance of getting out of here. Also, the opportunity to take down a founder as well is like
That could be awesome.
bonus.
So,
Like,
yeah.
is
Sounds
Yeah,
cool.
I'm willing.
so whatever you did engineering wise with the computer, is it locked out so that it won't can't be stopped after we leave?
Like we could leave, and then, like on our way out, we could hit the button because they're not gonna be able to just turn it off, right?
Oh yeah.
Fred, like that's our understanding of how this works.
That it can't be turned off.
Like at this point, like it's like hit the button, it's gonna explode.
Yes. There will be no real delay time. There will be no time for anyone.
All right.
run.
Well, we got to get back down to that hangar first.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Double time.
I'll go push the button.
Okay. So you guys go back to the hangar where there is that shuttle.
Who wants to hold of the explosion button? I mean, I'd love to. But if someone else thinks that they'd be better off holding it, Commander.
I've exploded too many things. So I'm not holding it.
Sure. I'll look good on my my resume for the High Council.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay. So you go back to the. I'm sorry. I was. What did you guys just say? I was reading my notes here.
I have the button
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
position of the
Commander's
football.
got the button. So
Okay. So you guys get back down to the hangar, and examining that shuttle, you realize that it's space worthy. There's nothing totally defective about it, but some of its warp core components, the plasma coils, have been removed for maintenance, and it's going to take you a task to reinstall them.
I mean, we don't need to reinstall anything. We can just float ourselves up there, right? And wait for the fleet to come through and pick us up on the way.
Oh, but there isn't anyone coming, is there? This is clandestine.
Right. They shot us with torpedoes to get here, so
Yeah, but how long will it? How long is because the tag gun will have a breach in the I forget the words, force field for the fleet to come through close.
Tachyon grilled, yeah.
Yeah, that's
it.
true.
So, and they're
Yeah, they were
going
gonna-
to take advantage of that.
They were going to
So-
come here, right? They were going to come here as a launching point for the rest of the attacks, right?
Mm.
That was our understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So-
We just need to hang out for a while until the cavalry arrives.
I didn't have any plans. I mean, I'm working on this book. I can take some time.
Now, again, that's just an option. We could go ahead and start repairs, and then if it hits the fan, then that could be our secondary
Run.
option.
Yeah.
Oops, okay,
All right.
nope. Well,
All right, I'm going to start grabbing warp coil parts and see what we can do.
I'll keep guard duty. I'll watch the door to the corridor with all the doors.
Okay.
I'll
I'll keep
cover
an eye
the
out.
opposite corner. Like,
And
I
yeah,
don't think I have a
well,
lot of engineering.
I'll
assets.
keep an eye out for the little rodent running around.
Watch out for brown
Trying-
blue too.
Yeah. So as you guys kind of take up this guard posture, it's pretty tense in here. You're looking around, and this supposedly, it appears that this hangar is empty, and you guys all have your weapons at the ready, trying to get out of here. And Carvara, you said you're going to try and reinstall the warp coils?
Yep.
Okay. So as you start getting your gear together, I'm going to spend the last of my threat, empty it all out. As you start to set about putting together the ship to get it space worthy again, another Jem'Hadar unshrouds, and Carvara, as you are picking up one of these plasma coils, it suddenly turns back into the Founder. You see its morphogenic matrix sort of morph back up into a humanoid form. And
Son
it will
of a-
act first because you are so shocked, Carvara.
Oh my!
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what's it called? The hell, Stovacor.
And it will. Carvara, give me a daring plus security roll.
Daring plus security, 13, and here we go. There's one success.
Okay. So the Founder, because you're so astounded that this Founder just sort of came out of nowhere, literally turning from a piece of equipment into a humanoid to attack you, it is going to do.
It's gonna be very rude. Is what it's gonna be.
Not very much. It does. He strikes you across the jaw. There's a loud crack, and it does 3 points of damage to you. You can subtract 1 from your resistance, so 2 points off your stress track. But there are now.
This isn't a non-lethal attack, I assume, right?
Actually, it would be non-lethal. Wait,
So
no,
I
it doesn't. It doesn't say it is. It's a lethal attack.
Okay. All right. So 2 after so it's 3 total, right?
Yep, 2 off your stress track because you've got resistance. And
Got
there are suddenly, in your midst, there is a Founder and another Jem'Hadar. And the Founders just acted, and so the initiative shifts to you guys. You have 2 points of momentum.
Any of the action heroes want to step in?
Yeah.
Save your
Sure.
friend?
Just for the extra damage out of it. Okay, shooting with the disruptor.
Who is your target?
Not me.
Corvette.
The Founder.
Okay, so this will be a difficulty 2, control plus security roll.
Plus 2, 14. Ooh, I rolled a pair of 3s.
Well done.
So no
So you-
criticals though. I didn't use any focuses, so 2
Okay.
successes.
All right, so roll the damage next to your disruptor attack. There'll be that number of d6s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Then get rid of the 3s and 4s. And then 1s are 1s, 2s are 2s, 5s and 6s are also 2s.
Okay, I rolled 1, 1. After getting rid of the 3s and 4s, I got 1, 1, 2 2s, and a 5 and a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 hits. Is that right?
Yep, 9 points of stress damage. So the founder has a resistance of 2, and I am all out of threat. So you basically blast a hole directly through the morphogenic matrix of this founder,
Ha.
and it looks at you with like a look of utter shock and pain as its features twist and tear, and then it turns into like a solid mass of ash, and then it crumbles onto the deck.
I look at
Wow, that was
Lieutenant Greg and I
easy.
say, "Ha! We saw through him twice."
How difficult was it to take out that founder? Super easy, barely an inconvenience. All right.
So you have the option of either the initiative will shift to the Jem'Hadar unless you want to spend your 2 points of momentum to keep the initiative on your side.
Oh, let's keep it on our side. Let's make this brief.
Okay. Who
Would
wants to act
anybody, would anybody like to murder this poor
I
Jem'Hadar?
would like to do that. I think I'll go with my disruptor pistol as well. That seemed to work well for
Excellent,
you.
Rachel.
So, yeah.
So this is going to be control plus security, and it's a difficulty 2 roll.
Okay. 15. I can do that. Oh, 20. And an 18. Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Ah.
Okay. So
Oh boy.
I know.
the 20, the complication, as you realize that you raise your weapon and fire, but the Jem'Hadar ducks out of the way, and you see him pull out some kind of device, and he smirks at you, and he says, "I know what you did in the sub-basement," and he pushes a button that begins a countdown on his device, and he says, "With the founder dead, my life has no meaning. You all died here with me."
Yikes.
It's a good thing
See how
he's
much
got a
time
sense
is
of
on that
dramatic
timer?
tension, though.
So you guys get the sense that you now have moments to get out of this installation before it explodes.
Huh?
Do we
Run!
just
How many moments
pile
does it
into
take to
the
get out of the shuttle?
ship and
Get into the shuttle.
yeah.
Or
Okay,
jump into the frozen lake and hope it doesn't, go into turn into steam.
It's cold. I like the shuttle better. Let's go.
Going with the shuttle option? Okay, so you all pile into the shuttle, and you're able to close the hatch, but someone has to hook up the warp core for you guys to go anywhere. And this is going to be a
Well, we can at least get airborne, right?
not without your warp core to power the ship.
Oh, uh-oh.
It's a difficulty 2 task, and this will be daring plus engineering. Because this is daring, because this is certainly a very high pressure situation.
Well, I'm going to jump in. Does anybody wish to assist? I'm also adding buying buying a D20 with threat.
Okay. Yes, and someone can assist, rolling 1d20, daring plus engineering.
I'll sing some inspiring Klingon opera. Or someone else can assist more, practically.
I feel like with my small craft capabilities, perhaps I'm at the helm. Like as soon as it gets brought online, we're out of there. I don't know if that's an assist or not, but I feel like that's my role.
Okay, yeah, the Rawl jumps into the pilot seat.
What you get?
Oh, is that me?
Oh yeah, you get 1.
Sorry. Okay, 1.
I'm gonna save my 4 because they're
Daring.
super exciting.
Daring plus what was it?
Engineering, yeah.
Okay. Come on. 20. Ah.
Oh no!
Not only did we get a 20, but I rolled 2 18s and 2 16s. So we didn't get a single. So that was with my reroll, by the way. So we didn't get a single success, and we got a complication. But we're in the ship, so I think we're gonna blow up. But like, I'm cool with that. Like,
Yeah,
today is a pretty good day to die.
it's a good day to die.
That is insane. Okay, so yeah,
Like, we're just all. I like. It's like we could fix it, and then just like. Does Dreg just turn and be like, no?
Yeah, you
So-
can't fire me. I quit.
so here's the deal, Klingons. You realize that someone has sabotaged the shuttle before you even got into it, and you suspect maybe it was the founder, made it so this shuttle was never going to leave this hangar anyway. And you realize you have moments left, but you have succeeded. You go to Stovacor knowing that you've succeeded in your mission. Is there anything that you want to say or do in your last few moments?
I'm gonna go punch that Jemadar in his proverbial dick. Stomp on it with my foot. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the shuttle doors and walk out casually, as if oh yeah, nothing's happening. Let him sweat the last moment.
Oh, into the massive Jemadar soldiers waiting on the outside.
Yeah, I'd say let them in
Let's run
and
for
let
him.
them perish with us.
We drop that force field and run with sword with batlets drawn.
Yeah, so you drop the force field, and a half a dozen freezing cold Jem'Hadar gratefully shuffle back into the hangar to warm themselves.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh man, we need to start a fire. Can someone turn up the furnace?"
We'll get a fire going.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I jump in wholeheartedly. More blood, the better.
Yep.
Krovek's jealous. He's not going to let the explosion kill those Jemadar troops. He's going after them.
So with the sabotage shuttle, you guys realize that the end is nigh, and all of the Jem'Hadar huddle into the hangar as well, as the entire installation on Tylana 6 explodes in a glorious, fiery explosion. But as your souls make their journey towards Stovacor. But your mission was successful, and the Klingon fleet is able to move undetected through the tachyon grid and mount a successful attack against the Dominion fleet in the Tylana sector. So it was a hard-fought battle, but the Dominion forces were eventually routed from the sector, giving the Klingons and the Federation a chance to mount successful attacks in surrounding Petrocell White manufacturing plants in adjacent sectors. And your 4 characters will be sung of for generations to come, because this battle, this victory, was a turning point in the Dominion War.
So I drew a picture of my character as he will be shown at the Klingon Oscars, or those we will not forget.
Oh, wow.
That's
wow.
awesome.
That's amazing.
I'll send a copy of that to your friend.
Carver is not dead. Sorry to say, Fred. Well, a weird quantum entanglement occurrence happened because of the strange nature of the explosion, and a wormhole opened up, and Carvera disappeared into parts unknown. On another show, you will have to find out about Carvera, because she's coming.
Nice.
If she's gonna die in this game, I'm not giving her up. She's coming to my game. Like, we're just gonna find out how evil Carvera is gonna become in my world. Like the only Klingon in a D&D game. This is gonna be fun.
There you go. She suddenly appears in a random place and surrounded by orcs, and what the hell is this?
Oh, I got machinations going on. Carvera is gonna make she is gonna make quite the NPC. I can tell you that. She is going to be memorable.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, that concludes tonight's adventure, the Tip of the Batleth, which is available for free download in the Klingon Quick Start rules from Odysseus. Thank you guys for playing with me. I really appreciate it. This was fun. It was a good day to die.
Oh, great.
Thank
Great.
you, Fred. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I hope we can do it
Nice
again.
job.
Thank you. Thank you guys for playing with me, and happy First Contact Day.
Yeah.
Happy first contact.
Contact. Lots of death.
So I am shutting down the broadcast now. Thanks again, guys, for watching and playing, and we'll see you next time.